What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another live episode of Lamplight City. Here we are. The last episode, we were puffing on the magic dragon. What a good time. The reason why we were doing that, our wife kicked us out of our house. We ended up going down to stay over at Upton's place. And then we got a brand new case where we started investigating a whole bunch of different places. I don't even remember which ones we went to. Yeah, we did that one. I don't think we've done the taxidermy shop. I think we started over here. And we're going to work our way across. And I think we ended over at the opium den where we were talking with some dude who was trying to help us out or whatever the hell that was. And yeah, here we are. So let's just head over to the Silent Raven. Oh, this is where the murder happened. Okay, let's see if we can talk to the lady in here and see if that guy gave us any new information that we can poke out of her.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Yeah, Priscilla.
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
Nope.
I appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a whole lot of your time. Damn, thank you for being so patient with me and talking about all the things. Okay. Water treatment station. What's up, Broham?
So this is what it's come to, eh? Braving the stench of human waste in hopes of finding a leak. Just make sure you stay away from the edge.
Why would I do that? A sewer worker. Hey, buddy.
Begging your pardon, sir.
What? Who are you? What are you doing down here?
My name's Miles Fordham, and I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a sewer worker by the name of Cormac.
We needn't look no further. But what is this about?
I just have a few questions for you.
All right. Cormac will answer them, but don't dally for too long. It can be dangerous down here for anyone who's not trained as Cormac is.
Oh, please don't refer to yourself in the third person, dude. Alright, tell me about Ronan.
You know a man named Ronan Lespay?
Cormac knows few men. People don't much like talking to a man who spends his days in the sewers. Can't really blame him for it. It's hard to get a stink off, so why bother even trying?
I
You didn't
agree.
answer my question, though. Do you know Ronan Lespay or not?
Could you describe him? Cormac's got a better memory for faces than for names.
I have his portrait. Here, have a look.
Ah, yes. Cormac saw this fellow recently.
Was he dead or
Election
alive?
That's right. He come into the bar, voted, went out. Looked drunk to Cormac, but then everyone at that place usually is.
Do you
Alright.
frequent a pub called the Silent Raven?
Yeah, I think he just,
Yes. The Raven is where Cormac goes to forget about the day's work. The barmaid, Nicole, she's a good sort. We likes talking about the ponies down at the track. Nicky loves her some racing. She gives Cormac drinks for cheap in exchange for odd jobs. Nice to have your own personal sewer man, I suppose. She's really the only one Cormac talks to. There's a few others Cormac sees often, but Cormac hasn't spoken with them.
Ripes. This guy goes on and on, doesn't he? To be fair, you were warned.
let's not ask
Is
about
it
the murder
difficult
yet.
being a sewer worker?
Difficult? Nah, it's a dream. Especially since they introduced all these steam tech treatments and purification whatsits. The only thing Cormac's got to do is check the little dial never goes into the red on old Belinda.
Belinda?
Aye, the purifier. She's a real special lady who's made Cormac's life so much brighter. Cormac makes sure to thank her each and every day.
I don't even want to know how you do
Talking
that.
to a lunatic.
I
Wasn't
agree.
so easy a few years ago. Back then it was tapping on pipes all day
Tapping on pipes?
to make sure they was flowing fine and not blocked. Cormac would take his little hammer and tap, tap, tap on the pipes to make sure they was ringing fine. You can imagine what that was like. Tap, tap, tap. Ring, ring, ring. All day, up and down, over and over. The tapping stopped, but the ringing never left.
Oh,
Still hears it to this day, Cormac does.
you poor sob.
Do you have any opinions regarding the election?
Cormac hears lots of things about Atwood, but he's the one what's got this new machinery put into the sewer system. There's still a job for Cormac, So all that talk about being replaced by machines is just talk, for now. But Leroy says he wants to give the workers their fair chance, so Cormac can't argue with that. What about you?
I think Leroy will be a good prime minister.
Bah, they's all the same in the end. One way or another. No point worrying, says old Cormac.
Huh.
Do you know anyone named Priscilla?
Nah, that's not a name Cormac knows.
Frankly, I'm surprised it's not the name of one of his tools.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place outside the Silent Raven on election night?
Murder? Ah, yes. The commotion out in the alleyway.
Yeah, that.
That's right. Did you see or hear anything?
It was a touch noisy that night, what with all the election stuff happening, but Cormac remembers the sound of the gun. One shot, and then shouting and hollering from the bar. A few people run outside to look at what happened, but Cormac just stayed in his seat and finished his whiskey.
So you didn't see the man who was shot, or who shot him?
Nah, keeps to himself, Cormac does. Makes life easier that way.
Could he be any more unhelpful? Actually, it's probably best not to find out.
I'll let you return to your work.
Be mindful on your way out.
Can we go somewhere else?
You know, if you stare at this thing long enough, it kinda does look like it's got a face. Oh, God. The crazy is starting to rub off on me. Quick, Miles, let's get out of here. Handy to know where you are. But why would anyone actually travel around the city this way?
Because it's easy to get around unnoticed. That's why. Ha, ha, ha.
Another mysterious device. I was happier not knowing all this went on after I used the commode. Another mysterious machine. I hope those aren't full of what I think.
Alright, I think that's everything. Alright, so we're none the wiser about nothing. Whoa, it's David Bowie.
Now this is one intriguing chest. If only we could search it without arousing any suspicions.
Let's plug his pipes full of crap.
What a racket. I'm glad you're not a member of this church. Sitting through Sunday Mass would drive me insane.
Maybe I should join.
This angel looks like it would throw its lamp at you as soon as you turned your back on it.
Hey, what's going on, Tumblr? How you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day and battening down the hatches.
Prayer candles? People think lighting one of these is going to solve their problems. If only it were that easy.
Yeah.
Also, what happens if they go out? Does that mean your prayer gets canceled?
Shh.
What? It's an important question. The more I think about it, the more I want to test my theory about prayers being canceled if the candles go out.
Oh crap! You just canceled that person's prayer. I'm just canceling everyone's prayers.
Well, that's all of them. Hope you made a wish.
Oh man, he's awesome. What else we got around here?
This looks like the nicer of the two angels.
I bet it does. I bet it does. Alright, so I think we're probably gonna go take a peek at this thing here. I'm just trying to think if there would be anything else around here. We gotta look in this chest eventually, but nope, that's the organ. I think we're pretty good.
What a racket. I'm glad you're not a member.
Oops.
I beg your pardon. Are you Tom Puffin?
Ah, that sucks, Tumblr. Sorry to hear that,
How
dude.
may I help you?
Miles Fordham, private investigator. I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Questions? Have I done something wrong?
No, Mr. Puffin. I simply believe you may have some information that I need.
Very well, then.
Very well, then. Holy hell, dude, fix your hair. Yeah, this weather does suck, Tumblr. It's gonna get worse for us up here. Probably what you got earlier in the day is coming up this way, and we're supposed to get winds upwards of 120 miles an hour, which is like 160, 70k. Yeah, we're supposed to have snow tomorrow, so yay.
What were you doing on election night, Mr. Puffin?
Election night? That was ages ago, wasn't it?
It was 4 nights ago, to be precise.
Oh, you have to understand. I have trouble recalling what I ate for breakfast this morning, let alone what happened 4 nights ago.
Well, isn't that convenient?
You puff on the
Do try
magic
to
dragon,
remember,
don't
Mr.
you?
Puffin? It's quite important.
Well, I know I voted at my local polling place, the Silent Raven. Then, I'm not sure, actually.
Oh, all right then.
Do you recognize the man in this photo?
Is that? No, never mind.
What is it?
Well, for a moment, I thought it was someone else, but I was clearly mistaken.
So you don't recognize this person then?
Afraid not. Who is he?
His name is, or rather was, Ronan Lespay.
What? Is he dead?
He is. I'm trying to find out who killed him.
Well, I hope you find your man, Mr. Fordham.
And you puff on the magic green dragon. Nice.
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
It's the name of my organ.
What does that have to do with anything?
The name has come up in my investigation. Is it someone you're acquainted with?
No, it isn't. I don't know anyone by that name.
He certainly seemed concerned about her, though.
How did you become choir master of this church?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I
Do tell.
studied music at the University of New Bretagne. Once I completed my studies, I began writing symphonies in hopes of securing a patron, but I had no luck. So I decided to focus on choral compositions. I sent a few pieces to the bishop, and he offered me the position.
And you enjoy it?
Oh, yes, sir, immensely. I'm able to continue composing songs for our choir, as well as teach music to our young members. I take my church duties very seriously.
What else do you do besides lead the choir?
Just a few things here and there, making sure the aisles and the pews are clean, tending to the prayer candles, and that sort of thing.
Oh, crap. You better check out the prayer candles, dude. I think somebody blew them. Out. Sorry. Out. And he over enunciates words like New Bretagne.
So, what do you think of the election results?
All right, the election. Who won?
Leroy. He beat Atwood by a significant margin.
Oh, I suppose that's good.
Who the hell
I
did
think
we
I
vote
may
for?
have voted for him, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't even remember who the hell I voted for. That's how long ago it was. Oops. Let's check out
Do you
the
know anything
murder.
about the murder outside the Silent Raven?
A murder?
Murder?
Yes, a man was shot. Did you see or hear anything?
I don't remember. I don't think so, no.
How long were you at the Raven that evening?
Not very long, I don't think. I went, voted, stayed for a drink, and then I left.
You recall what you did the rest of the evening?
Not specifically. I probably went home and went to bed, like I always do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, here's the question. This is the real one.
Are you in the habit of using opium, Mr. Puffin?
What? Why would you think that?
I met your friend Darius. He told me you share a pastime.
All right, yes, I do enjoy a visit to the opium den from time to time.
From time to time? More like morning, noon, and night.
Have you found the drug has had any adverse effects? Memory loss, for example.
I admit I'm not quite as quick as I used to be. Without it, I'm in constant pain.
Is that right?
I fell off a horse when I was 15, and ever since then, my back's not been right. The doctors haven't been able to help. Poppy is my only comfort. I wish there were another way.
It might be worth seeking a more professional opinion about the effects of opium.
You think? Yeah, you might want to go look at those prayer candles. Yeah, now share a pastime, me Tumblr.
It seems that all the prayer candles have gone out.
Have they? Blast, I keep saying there's a draft, but nobody's done anything about it. Excuse me for a moment, won't you?
Yeah, of course. You go do you, dude. I'm gonna just not look in this chest over here. Go.
Let's
go,
hope this
go.
chest hasn't got squeaky hinges.
Yeah, no kidding. Dearest Ned, your last letter made me giggle with delight. I just cannot stop dreaming of the day we can finally make our dreams come true. Live together as man and oh, it's a woman. I think it would be just the most splendid idea to get the puppy. I've already begun thinking of names. How does Woofy sound? Oh, my love. Purr. Whoops. Don't start playing, dude. I ain't
Can
done
I have
talking
another
to you.
moment of your time, Mr. Puffin?
What a great name.
Yes,
His
I
name is
suppose so.
Puffin, and he shares the magic dragon.
You know anyone named Ned?
Ned, well, yes, I do. My nephew, Ned Bunkridge.
Your nephew?
Yes, why do you ask?
Where might I find Ned? I'd like to speak with him.
Is everything all right? Ned hasn't gotten into any trouble, has he?
No.
I always tell him just because he's training his body, that's no excuse to pick fights.
Oh.
No, he hasn't gotten into any trouble.
Yet.
Oh, well, he lives in Lyon. 511 Parkside Terrace.
Right.
Whoa.
Thank you for the information.
Yeah, boy.
I'll let you
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
You too, sir. All right, let's get the hell out of here. I'm gonna go blow the. Oh, I can't. I was gonna blow the candles out again. All right, where the hell is he? Oh, he's way up here. Okay. Saint Denis Cathedral. We'll head there. Oh no, we already did that. Sorry, never mind. We'll head over to the taxidermy. I don't think we've been there yet. No, we have not, because I would have remembered that
Hello, and
face.
welcome to the Gripsome Taxidermy Shop. Please let me know if I can be of service.
Of course. Looks like Conan O'Brien.
I wonder how many people it took to bring down this brute. There's a small button on the base.
Yeah, let's hit it.
Just when I thought I'd seen it all. What will they think of next?
Cool.
Is that supposed to be a lion?
Why is it smiling with its tongue out?
Reminds me of the one in the Dupre house, except that one actually looked alive. There's a small button on the base.
Oh, let's push that one too.
Welcome to the Gripsome Taxidermy Shop. Please enjoy our displays and be sure to consider us for all your taxidermy needs. Just a reminder, we stuff animals only.
That's sad they had to put that in there.
Exotic dead fauna from every other continent. You never even need to leave Vespuccia.
Nice. Don't think. No, we can go outside.
That leads into a room with even more dead things. It's such a shame we haven't the time to stick around and explore.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk to Big Lips over here.
I was wondering if you might answer some questions for me.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Yeah.
I was told Ronan Lespay works here. Do you know him?
Ronan? Yes, of course. That is to say, I know he works here. I haven't had much interaction with him. He mostly keeps to himself.
Does he have an office or workspace I might have a look at?
Now, wait just a minute. Why would I let some random stranger off the street in to look at an employee's workspace?
Because I'm a private investigator and I'm trying to get some information.
Well, even if that is the case, I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ronan does have a workspace, but it's completely bare. He doesn't keep anything here.
Anything you can tell me about the shop?
Plenty! This is New Bretagne's most sophisticated taxidermy shop. Unlike other taxidermists, we work with modern technology to get results they could only dream of.
What does that mean exactly?
Using steam tech, we are able to create the illusion of life in these beasts. Just take a look at our floor samples. The parrot and gorilla are two of our finest works. They really speak for themselves. Well, the parrot does at least. I think it would frighten our customers if the gorilla did too. And once ethericity is harnessed as a viable source of energy, we'll get even better results.
This guy is way too excited about bringing dead things back to life.
Yeah, you should talk to
Yes,
that lady at the
fascinating.
society.
Moving on.
Uh,
Any thoughts on the recent election?
I'd really rather not talk about it. I don't know how the people of this country could put someone like Hart Leroy in charge.
It's obviously because he holds the interests of the common man above all else.
So, you're just like all the other cowards who think steam tech is dangerous. Well, I hope you like the idea of living in the Dark Ages, because that's where Leroy is going to take us.
Perhaps it's
nice.
best if we drop the subject entirely. So how did you get this job?
Oh, it isn't a terribly exciting story, I'm afraid. I just saw an ad in the Gazette for a clerk position. I never expected to learn so much about taxidermy.
I'm sure he's amazing conversation at parties.
I bet. All right, let's ask about the murder.
Were you aware that Ronan was murdered 4 nights ago?
I had no idea. That's awful. What happened?
That's what I'm currently trying to find out. Do you know if Ronan had any enemies? Anyone who might want to do him harm?
No. As I said, I didn't speak with him much or know much about him. But
Damn
now that I think about it, I did notice a strange man waiting around outside the shop a few days ago.
Oh.
Tell me about this strange man you saw.
At the time, I didn't think much of him. But the more I recall, the more I realize he was being very suspicious.
What did he do?
He just stood outside across the street, but he seemed to be focusing on the building. It was as though he was waiting for someone.
Do you remember what this man looked like?
I didn't get a very good look at him, but I do remember some things. He was tall and had a heavy build, like a boxer or a dock worker. He had a beard, I think, or mutton chops at the very least. And as far as I can recall, he was wearing all black. He also had on some kind of cap. I'm sorry I can't give you a better description, but that's all I was able to distinguish. My eyesight isn't very good, I'm afraid.
It'll have to do. Thank you for your help.
Oh, baby.
Thank you for your help.
I'm here to serve.
Yeah, that. Right, so we can't go in the office. So there's nowhere else to go but here. Now, we were at the Crimson Cat. We're already at the Morgan Bakery. Let's just check out the Crimson Cat again and see if there's anyone here. I don't know, maybe this lady. Nope. Piana. Sailor, I don't
Beg
know.
your pardon. Your name wouldn't happen to be Jimbo, would it?
Yeah? Who's asking?
Me.
Miles Fordham, private investigator.
Can a guy enjoy his shore leave without being harassed by the law? I've done nothing wrong.
I
I'll
didn't say
be
you
the
had,
decider of
and
that.
I'm most certainly not the law. I just want to ask you a few questions.
All right, fine.
Woohoo!
Where does the name Jimbo come from?
It's just a nickname. My real name's James Bowcroft.
And what is it you do?
I'm a sailor. I thought you detective types were supposed to be extra observant. Shouldn't you be able to tell me what my occupation was just by looking at my fingernails or something?
Sorry to disappoint. Perceptiveness is important in my line of work, but I'm also just a man.
I think perhaps Jimbo has been reading too many of those detective stories in Brentwood.
Yeah, I think so too, dude. Tell me about your
Do
erection.
you have any opinions about the recent election?
Oh, election.
Not really. I'm usually way at sea, so I don't keep up with politics. The sea's got her own laws. Anyway, I can't vote, so it's really none of my concern.
But you're still affected by the decisions the Prime Minister makes.
Not very fair, is it, Mr. Fordham?
No, but hopefully Mr. Leroy will stand up for equal rights.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be nice?
it would be.
Do you know Ronan Spey?
I knew him, yeah.
Knew him?
He and I haven't spoken recently. In about a month, actually. Things didn't go so well last time.
How do you mean?
Let's just say we didn't part on the best of terms. He made it very clear that he didn't want to speak to me again.
Really?
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
Yes, that's my ship, the SS Priscilla.
I see. Did Ronan know about it?
Of course. He always used to ask me to bring him back some exotic souvenir.
Uh-huh.
Were you aware that Ronan was murdered?
What? No, when? What happened?
He was shot outside a tavern in Chumley 4 nights ago.
Chumley? What was he doing there?
I was hoping perhaps you could tell me.
I honestly don't know. Ronan hardly went out, and he especially never crossed the river.
Why was that?
I think he was just too scared of the world to go out and see it for himself. He was happy enough reading about it in his books or collecting things I brought him back from my travels.
Ah.
Honestly, that's what I liked most about him. He was just an average, boring man. It was just the sort of balance I needed in my life.
That's pretty much the exact same reason I always enjoyed working with you, Miles.
You and Ronan had a special relationship, didn't you?
Mr. Fordham, we're in an underground club. You don't have to tap dance around it. Yes, Ronan and I were a couple, at least up until last month.
What happened, if you don't mind me asking?
We had a misunderstanding. Ronan thought I had been seeing someone else. He was extremely jealous. I tried to explain that he had it all wrong, but he wouldn't hear me out. I was going to give him some time to cool off, but, well, that's not going to happen now, is it?
Well,
If
he's
it's any
cool off, all
consolation,
right.
I Found a letter you wrote him, which he still kept in his desk.
Damn. Thank you for telling me that.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Have an awesome day. You're amazing, dude. I love you. Not that way, though. I'll leave that up to Ronan. Well, okay, I can't leave it up to Ronan anymore because he's dead. But you know what I mean. Yeah, let's go to Ned's residence, eh?
Right this way, sir. Mr. Bunkridge is in his gymnasium.
Thank you, my good man.
Oh, he's fighting a robot.
Well, you take a look at this place, and take a look at him. Maybe
Yeah.
you should consider doing some training yourself, Miles. You aren't getting any younger after all.
Shut up. You just call me fat.
What in the ether is that supposed to be? Looks like some kind of medieval torture device. Then again, so does most of this newfangled exercise equipment. They don't look that heavy to me. This seems to be where Ned keeps his extra equipment and assorted other garbage.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look, maybe you can slip these on and go a couple of rounds with Ned. If that's his best right hook, he'll be a pushover.
Yeah, I don't think he is, dude.
Just when I thought I'd seen it all. What will they think of next? Some kind of martial art? Doesn't look like any I've ever heard of.
I don't think you've heard of much of anything, dude.
Just...
Alright, I think we're gonna have to chat with him. Let's see. Oh. Shelf. Alright, talk to him.
Excuse me, Mr. Bunkridge.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
I'm Miles Fordham, a private investigator. Your valet let me in.
Right, of course. What can I do for you?
I have a few questions for you, if you'd be so kind.
Yes, all right. I could use a bit of a rest anyway.
Oh, he's handsome.
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
I didn't mean to
Yes,
click on that.
yes, it most certainly does. My lady love is named Priscilla Poundstone.
I see. What can you tell me about her?
Oh.
She's a darling. I love her very much. Such a kind and gentle soul she is, too. Loves animals, especially dogs. We've been together for ages and are due to be married soon.
When was the last time you saw her?
Saw her? Oh, no, Mr. Fordham. She doesn't live in New Bretagne. She attends Miss Threadneedle's Academy for Young Ladies in Cormorant.
She lives in New Holland?
That's right. I've never actually met Priscilla face to face. We communicate exclusively through correspondence.
How did you two get involved?
Her father and mine were old military friends. They decided between them that their children would be engaged.
And you're both in agreement?
Yes. I admit at first I was a bit hesitant, but we share many of the same interests. The distance between us is not a detriment to our love.
I wonder how that will change once they actually begin cohabiting.
Alright.
You're very into physical conditioning, aren't you?
Oh, you noticed.
How could I not?
Yes, I believe that a healthy body is just as important as a healthy mind, if not more so.
Well, he's definitely prioritizing the former.
It's important to keep fit, especially at a job like mine where I'm in a chair most of the day.
What job is that?
I'm a clerk at the Bank of Vespuccia, but someday I hope to leave and teach others about the health benefits of regular exercise. Perhaps even open up my own gymnasium.
Ha!
Oh.
He actually thinks people are gonna go for that. Good luck to him.
Tell me
talk
about your
Puffin.
uncle.
You know Tom?
I've met him, yes. He's the one who told me where you lived.
Oh, right. Well, my uncle is an interesting man.
Is that an interesting of the good or bad variety?
I really wish he would take better care of himself is all. I have the feeling that he's on some sort of drug, although he always denies it.
What gives you that impression?
Well, most of the time he acts completely normal. He goes to work, visits with me. Sometimes we go out together to the theater or a gallery. But some days his mood changes. He goes very solitary, won't leave his house, gets short with me. One time I went to visit him. I heard him yelling along with what sounded like furniture being knocked about.
Whoa.
It only happened once, but it worried me. I hope Tom isn't in any sort of trouble.
Opium is one hell of a drug. It's a good thing you never got to that point with the soporific, or Adelaide would have thrown you out much sooner.
Are you all right, Mr. Fordham?
Yes, I'm fine.
What? Too soon?
How do you feel about the election outcome?
I'm disappointed. Atwood may not have been the greatest PM, but he was pro-steam tech. Sure, the Ligeia incident was a tragedy, but people are too quick to judge. Steam technology is a boon to mankind. It's already enriched my life considerably. It's a shame the progress is going to be held back because of one isolated occurrence.
Are you familiar with a man named Ronan Lespay?
Never heard of him.
I have his portrait. Maybe you recognize him?
No, I've never seen this man before, but... Huh, how about that?
How about what?
The detail in this ferrotype is a bit fuzzy, but his facial features and hair, they vaguely resemble mine.
You know, now that he mentions it, it's true. Lespay does bear a passing resemblance to this fellow. Not quite as handsome, though.
So you correspond regularly with Priscilla?
That's right. At least one letter a week. My uncle does me the kindness of acting as courier.
Do you think I might have a look at one of those letters?
What for? They're private correspondence.
I understand, but I feel this is important. Perhaps you could show me one that isn't too personal.
Yes, I suppose that would be all right.
Woohoo,
In fact,
thank you.
I think there's a recent one on the shelf there. That's not too private. But you won't need to take it, will you?
Not at all. I just want to have a look. Could you give me Tom's address?
You don't have it? I thought you said you'd spoken with him.
I visited him at the cathedral.
But if he's there, why do you want his address?
I think he might be involved in a murder. I just want to take a look at his things. Uh-oh.
He interests me. I'd like to look at his things.
He interests you.
Yeah.
Yes. Choir master, musician. He seems a very intriguing fellow. You said so yourself.
And how will going to his apartment and looking at his things help you?
I'll get to know him better?
You're an odd man, Mr. Fordham. I don't think I'll be giving you that address. In fact, maybe you should just stay away from my uncle. And me as well, for that matter.
Ah, wonderful. Making friends everywhere you go, as usual.
Mr. Bunkridge.
Get out of here.
Aw. I'm taking that freaking letter. My dearest Ned, I'm so happy to receive your last letter. Things are going well here. I'm due to begin my course next week. Things are with you. Did you manage to set up the gymnasium we're talking about? You'll have to send me a ferrotype of your new physique.
Wait just a minute. Something's off here. The handwriting in this letter is different to the one we found before. There's something strange going on with this Priscilla.
Yeah, I think he's banging his uncle. Or she is banging his uncle. And his uncle thought that when the other dude was talking about Priscilla at the bar, he was talking about his girlfriend, quote unquote, and he ended up shooting the guy that was talking about the ship. See, I'm thinking. I'm gonna talk to this dude again. See if he can give me some new information.
I have a few more questions for you.
I'm listening.
You're still here?
I was wondering if you could tell me whether you saw a certain man at the Raven on election night. He's tall, of strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Lots of people like that go to the Raven. I see loads of them every night. But now that you mention it, I do remember someone like that.
Oh.
He was a strange one.
Like that.
How so?
I remember one of the times he came in, he was adjusting his hat. I could have sworn when he took it off for just a moment, his hair was bright red.
How is that strange, exactly?
Because his beard was jet black. It was the oddest thing I'd seen. Well, it was the oddest thing I'd seen. Until his beard slid halfway down his face.
I see. Well, thank you for the information.
Wonderful. This testimony is about as useful as a hole in the head. Then again, there might be something to it.
Yeah, what color did the uncle have for hair?
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, young man.
Because I think
May
I'm
you
going to be...
find peace and happiness.
Thanks. I think it's going to be the uncle. I think that's the dealio. So if we go back here... No, his hair is not red. But
You won't be much more help right now.
Alright. Who else do we know here? He's got blonde hair.
I don't think he'll be much more.
Yeah, he's not going to help us. And then we have dude here. I don't think he'll help us. Oh, maybe.
Moment of your...
Right.
I wonder if you could tell me if you saw a man of this description at the Silent Raven on election night. He's tall, strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Oh, aye. Cormac remembers seeing a fella like that.
What was he doing?
Oh.
Kept going in and out of the bar. When he was inside, he stood near the voting booths, hardly moving a muscle.
And when he was outside?
That, Cormac couldn't say.
Did you notice anything else about him?
Yes, Cormac noticed him come in and speak with Nicole, the barmaid, after the commotion outside.
Is that right? That's very interesting.
I'll say. That'll be all,
I'll
sir.
let you return to your work.
Be mindful.
Right. Okay, so we got to go back to the bar. There it is. Oh, jeez. Nicole, you have some splaining to do.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Yeah. Tell me about the strange man.
I was given the physical description of a man. I was wondering if you might recognize him if I told you.
Perhaps. Go on, then.
He's tall, strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Bit vague, wouldn't you say? That covers about half our clientele.
Uh-oh.
I was afraid that might be the case.
Covering her tracks.
Did you notice anyone of that description here on election night?
No. Can't say I did, sorry.
Bull.
Is that right? Because Cormac told me he saw you speaking with someone of that description shortly after the murder occurred.
And you believed him?
Yeah.
Cormac's a good sort, but he's not exactly reliable.
I'd say he's twice as reliable as you are. Now tell me the truth, or I'll have you in as an accomplice to murder.
All right, relax.
Nice.
I don't know the man by name, but he came to me after the commotion outside and paid me a few crowns to keep my mouth shut about it. I didn't ask any more questions, and I wasn't about to refuse some extra cash. That was that, I swear.
That's not good enough. I need some way to find this man. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Well, I did notice he had a scar on his left cheek. Kind of looked like a shepherd's crook. But that's all, really.
Suppose that'll have to do.
The hell is that?
I appreciate you taking...
Yeah. Okay, hang on, let me check. Oh, okay, it's the shepherd's cane, basically. Now I got it. Okay, hang on, I'm just getting my stuff organized here. We'll be back in the game. There we go. Okay, so who the hell do we know that has a scar that's like a shepherd's crook?
Leave him be.
I don't think we have any. I don't think he could do anything. Anyways, he's usually too high. Don't think this guy. Nope. Won't be him. Crimson Cat could potentially be this dude.
He won't have any.
Nope, not her. Okay, so nothing there. The bakery. Oh yeah, we haven't been here. Oh, that's a lady. Never mind. My bad.
Have you got time for a few more questions, Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, of course.
Did Ronan know anyone named Priscilla?
Priscilla? No, I never heard that name before. Who is she?
Bo.
Just a name that's come up in my investigation.
I wonder if Ronan had finally met a young woman.
Oh, boy. Now you've done it.
Are you familiar with someone who goes by the name Jimbo?
Welcome
No,
back, Tumblr.
I don't think so. Who is that?
A friend of Ronan's.
No, as I told you, I didn't know Ronan to have any friends. I especially don't recall him mentioning anyone called Jimbo.
Those are all the questions I have for now.
All right, Mr. Fordham.
Because he was his lover. And you wouldn't be able to handle it. Not as well as he could, anyways. Ooh. Okay, so we did the bakery. Ronan's apartment. I don't know. Maybe we can figure something out here.
Ooh. It's empty. Empty. A model of the SS.
February 24th, 1840. These long periods away are my solace is...
Yeah, we've already read all those. Alright, out we go. No.
No title, and it appears to be blank. I wonder if Ronan just kept empty books on his shelf to appear well read.
Maybe.
No title.
You should just
It's in
take the
another
damn
la-
book. Alright, nothing here.
Some kind of owl. This one is... This mask... I had an I guess Ronan wasn't... Ronan was...
Ain't nothing here. I don't know.
Should have listened to your mother.
Okay, what's going on here? Heart Leroy continues his celebration. Justice Killer strikes again. Okay, nothing here. Maybe we can go to the police station. She can help us out. Hang on, before we do, is there any other place we can go? We've been there. We've been there. We've been there. We'll try here again, I guess. I don't think,
It won't be much more...
No. Let's go. And we already talked to him. See, I thought it was the uncle. And we don't have his thing anymore. I guess all we could do is go and guess. I thought it would be the uncle because he was high on opium and thought maybe that, oops, wrong place. That it was this dude talking about Priscilla. Meanwhile, he's talking about a ship. And he thought it was his nephew's Priscilla, which actually is his because it seems like he's having an affair with her.
Can we talk for a moment, Upton?
Certainly. What's on your mind?
Oh, just you, baby girl.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about Ronan Lespay, would you?
Probably nothing more than you already know. His body is in the mortuary, and the reason for his murder is unknown. I suggest you speak with Dr. Edwards.
Oh, I will.
How are things with you?
Better than last week, but plenty of feathers still ruffled around here.
Oh, I bet.
What happened?
You have to ask. Snelling was not happy with you turning up at the Latham crime scene. There's a right inquisition around here. Snelling going around to interrogate everyone, trying to ferret out a leak.
So he suspects.
I'm afraid so. I managed to calm him down some and divert suspicion.
Nice.
He thinks someone on the force is speaking to the Gazette, not to you directly.
Well, that's some kind of relief. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about me.
No, I'm not.
Well, maybe worry about me a little.
No. Okay.
Upton, I need you to put out a bulletin. There's someone I need found.
Oh? Who's that?
I don't know his name. I only have a description.
All right, I'll need to ask you a few questions.
Nee.
Could you describe the man's height and build?
Yes. Tall and large.
He's tall, with a large build.
All right. What color is his hair?
Red.
I'm certain it's red.
All right. Do you know of any unique details that might make him easier to identify?
Yes.
Yes, he has a scar on his left cheek in the shape of a shepherd's crook.
Good. That will be helpful.
Yeah,
All
well.
right, I'll put out the bulletin. Give me a moment.
No problem.
All right, the bulletin is out. I'll let you know if...
Upton? Just got your bulletin.
Hello, Giles. Have you got something for me?
As a matter of fact, I've got someone in the jail fitting your description perfectly.
You don't say.
Yup. Name's Harvey Presser. Got picked up a couple of days ago.
Thank you, Giles. You heard the man, Fordham. You've got yourself someone to interrogate over at Bow Street.
Woohoo! All right, but before we go, I want to go talk to the doctor. Doctor, what's going on, Mr. Edwards?
Pardon me, Edwards.
Yes?
Edwards, you know much about the effects of opium?
Quite a great deal, unfortunately. It's all the rage these days.
I bet.
Most people use it to calm the nerves or relieve pain, but it's highly addictive and has numerous adverse effects.
Such as?
It depends, really. Most common are sweating, nausea, memory loss, or blurred vision. But more serious cases can lead to hallucination, violent mood swings, coma, or even death.
Whoa.
I just had a case in here a few weeks ago who died from an opium overdose. It wasn't pretty.
Doesn't sound like it. Thanks for the information, Edwards.
Anytime.
That's it. We're done.
I'll be going now, Edwards.
Take care.
Yep, you too, dude. All right, and I'm going to call the episode here. So everybody on YouTube, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, you already know what to do. And everybody on Twitch, just hang on a second. I'll be right back.